The views and opinions expressed by the participants on this show are not necessarily those of Stewart Information Services Corporation or Stewart Title. Before you make any investment, you should seek the advice of your investment advisor or attorney.
When it comes to real estate, everything matters. Whether you're a realtor, homeowner, buyer, or seller, Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title is here to inform, entertain, and inspire you. Host Bill Napick from Stewart Title will talk with guests about what really matters when it comes to owning, buying, and selling real estate. Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title starts right now. Here's your host, Bill Napick.
And welcome to the show, Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. I am Bill Napick, hosting the show where we entertain, inform, and sometimes even inspire. So glad that you joined us. Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title, brought to you every week by Stewart Insurance and Risk Management, where you can get home, auto, all kinds of insurance. And now let's get on with the show. So whether you're listening right here in Houston, Texas, you may be in Fulshear, Texas, you may be in Washington, D.C., the show has been carefully put together with tremendous guests. And today we're going to hear from a very, very well-known company right here in Houston called John Daugherty Realtors. We have the A-team representatives from John Daugherty. First, we're going to talk to Ann Incorvia. She is the Executive Vice President of John Daugherty Realtors. And welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us today. We very much appreciate you having us, Bill.
As always, it's great to see you, and it's always exciting to learn what's going on at your company. John and Sherry and the great team there, you're making a mark and have made a tremendous mark in the Houston real estate market for many, many years. In fact, I guess it's over 50. Am I right?
Yes, we're going into our 51st year, and we are growing tremendously as Houston is growing tremendously. The landscape of Houston is changing dramatically. It's growing tremendously, Houston overall. As you can see just from the landscape of Houston, we are growing vertical more than ever. You can see how Post Oak has changed, all the high rises going up. But the good news about John Daugherty Realtors is how we have grown. We have now moved all the way from centrally all the way north with our Woodlands office, all the way to our bay. But now we've also moved into Fulshear. With an office opening up over into Fulshear, we have added an agent out there that is very well known and has developments, and we are going to be having a development out in that area also.
And it is growing, as you said, up, sideways, every which way. And Fulshear, we've been hearing about the growth in Fulshear for many years. So you're going to have people in the Woodlands, the Bay Area, and now Fulshear.
Yes, out in the Fulshear area, we have grown tremendously. We also have the Cypress area, and Shannon's going to be talking about the development that she has on the west side that really has taken off. So we have really full-fledged John Daugherty Realtors. The brokerage has really covered all of the greater Houston area.
And let's tell people, as we kind of starting with the Fulshear market, what are the drivers out there that made you think of having a presence there like you do now?
The presence is the consumer. The consumer is telling us what their needs are. Houston really has grown. Houston is not just central anymore. There are so many lifestyles in Houston. People want the ranches. They still want their horses and their animals. So you go north, you go out to Conroe, you go out west to the Fulshear. You can have your full ranches. You have the hill country. So you still have the lifestyle of the people that want that type of living. And then you come into the city, you have the lifestyle of the theater and all of that. And it's still drivable. People can live that type of life, that they can have the country life, but they can come into the city and also have the city life also.
And that's right. That's a good point. I was thinking about it recently. There are people that are having both. They have a presence. They have a home inside the loop or near the uptown, let's say, and then they also go out. And the beauty of a Fulshear connection is that you're not going that far out, but yet you have the lifestyle that you're describing.
Houston is the one thing. It's a very diverse city, and it's one thing that offers it all. We have so much to offer, the theater and so many different lifestyle, the sports, everything Houston has is one big, wonderful city that offers so many different cultural and so many different things, different lifestyles for so many people moving into the city. And, yesterday I just went to an event, and they're just saying how much Houston has grown. What we're doing is an overall city to grow with it. Relocation has grown tremendously in our city. We're adding 45,000 jobs in the year and 18,000 alone. in our city.
Let's say that again. How many thousand?
45,000 jobs
Wow.
in 18. So our city really has grown tremendously.
I wonder if those people are going to have cars and add to the freeway.
Well,
They'll be 45.
we are looking at our mass transit. That is one of our things that has to grow with us.
Well, that's exactly right. However, we go back to the idea of if we were to itemize the things that trigger a real estate transaction with the added traffic that we're all experiencing, that makes people say, listen, I'm going to move a little closer to my activities, to my work. So they may say, hey, I'm going to move into Uptown. I'm going to buy a place. Or they may say, I'm retiring, whatever, right?
Well, that's one thing about Houston. We have many different corporations that have headquarters all over Houston.
Good point.
We don't have just all headquarters located downtown. We have headquarters located northwest, west side of town. They're located all over. So that is why we have different communities all over Houston. I always look at Houston as we have many downtowns. We don't have just one main downtown. We have many city centers all over Houston.
Read my mind. I was just going to say that.
So
yes.
That's one good thing about Houston. And the lifestyles we have are so diverse. And we offer so many things. And, that's one thing about John Daugherty Realtors. We have always educated our agents that we are the ambassadors for these individuals moving into the city. We are not just selling a home. We are selling them the lifestyle. And they work with these individuals moving into the city to show them what we offer culturally as well as lifestyles of taking them to the grocery store and introducing them all that the city has to offer.
Two things that you mentioned I want to hit upon, and that is relocation.
Yes.
Let's tell people relocation is still thriving.
People are still moving into town, and they always will be. The landscape of relocation has changed somewhat with corporations, and the reason for that is the tax implications has changed. Corporations are looking at it a little differently. You have gig workers now, which means you have independent contractors. Corporations are using independent contractors. You have 6-month assignments now versus them moving individuals for long-term assignments. Temporary assignments are becoming more common. You have more international moves. The landscape has changed in the last since 15 and 16, but you still have long-term assignments happening. There's more rental going on nationwide, but you do have more international moves. Houston being an oil and gas industry, we will always have relocation happening. 18 this year has probably mirrored 17. We didn't have a huge influx of relocation, but we didn't have a huge decrease. But we do see the growth of happening with the oil and gas coming back. We do see that change for corporations. They have tapered down somewhat, but people have been moving in with the tax ramifications of the changes coming in from California and from New York, moving into our city.
And from an overall standpoint, Ann, how is Houston doing overall?
The Houston real estate market is still a very stable market. What people have to understand, real estate is very local. And what the message we would like to get out at John Daugherty Realtors is the sellers have to understand what they read in the media. Your community is very local. And they have to see their home is very special to them, and we understand that. They have to look at their own home and see what their home is valued based on what is in their home and not their neighbors. Because a lot of people try to value their home based on a price per square foot, and we always try to educate our agents not to use a price per square foot. Every home is unique. It's based on what that home has in it and what the location of that home is and what that home and the quality and what that home has value-wise based on the construction and the amenities of that home.
And certainly that's why it's so important to have the right real estate professional. Like you're saying, you have a tremendous team, and you mentioned training. That's so important as well.
It's very important. We try to educate our agents, and they're very well known in the industry because they are the top producing agents in the city. And they are known to know the quality of a home, and they are also very well educated in knowing the market. And so what we're very proud of our agents, of having the top producing agents, is when they go into a market to understand the areas, and they help to price them and price them correctly to get them sold. And what we would like to tell the community, and when they work with our agents, is that they really help sell the home quickly for them and bring them the best price. And that's what we like to know.
And so many considerations go into the buying and selling, especially more we're thinking about the training, and things are always changing. Let's think about this before we end the segment, and that is as far as trends in the Houston real estate market. You kind of mentioned it, that when we think about what's going on throughout the United States, that's one thing. But Houston still remains a very unique marketplace, a very unique real estate market with so many drivers. So it's really different here. As far as trends, what are you seeing here that we should expect?
We're seeing the newest trend people are looking for. Our homes are not needing a lot of remodeling. The newer, younger are looking to be able to hand me the key and walk into a property. You're not looking for things that have to be redone completely. They're looking for fresh, smart homes completed. They're not looking to be updated. They're looking for homes that are updated, not with deferred maintenance. So they're looking for more modern homes, those type of homes. The homes that are more contemporary and more up-to-date are what is the newest trend. We're seeing the homes that are the older styles are the ones that are sitting there that have not been updated, are the homes that are not moving as quickly.
So there's certain styles that are, I would think, that sell. So it'd be good if we do update it before we put it on the market. That might be a good move as long as we pick the style.
You should listen to the realtor. You should listen to your realtor, and they know what is selling in your area. They know what upgrades to put in. They know what's going to move in your area, and not to personalize your home. Not to go in and make it multicolored. Make your home neutral, and that will appeal more to a mass market than to personalize your home and put colors that you like versus what a mass market would appeal to.
Keep it simple. Consult a John Daugherty real estate professional. It's that simple.
Very simple.
We're just making the complex simple, right, Ann?
Correct.
And let's tell people how they can reach out to you and learn more about your company.
We are available at johndaugherty.com. Our number is 713-626-3930.
One more time on the number.
713-626-3930.
And we are going to take a short break. Ann Incorvia with John Daugherty Realtors. Thank you, Ann. We're going to come right back with even more. Stay with us.
Thank you.
Most people don't know that Stewart offers business, home, and auto insurance. In fact, Stewart Insurance and Risk Management has been doing that and more for over 10 years. And they partner with many leading insurance companies to offer great rates. They're a national insurance agency operating in all 50 states, delivering a broad range of insurance products. Whether you need a home insurance quote for a client's home closing or your own insurance needs, you can count on them. Call 866-845-4676. That's 866-845-4676. Stewart Insurance and Risk Management is here to help.
And welcome back, Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. I like that exciting music. And now we get to talk with Shannon Chapman Sullivan. She is with John Daugherty Realtors. Shannon, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having us.
And we're talking about our favorite subject, and that is real estate right here in the Houston area. Couldn't be much more fun, could it?
No, absolutely not. We're moving and grooving. Always excitement here in Houston.
It really is. And as a real estate professional, first of all, let's tell people you could be doing so many things. Shannon, what is it that drew you into the real estate world, and why are you smiling so much? Because you love it, I guess?
I do. I will have to say that the main thing and the main reason I got into real estate was because every day is different in real estate. I was a teacher before going into real estate, so it was very repetitious. You do the same thing every day, all day, year after year. And in real estate, you never know who you're going to meet. You never know what kind of problem you're going to run into and how to solve that problem. So it's challenging every day. And that was the main reason I got into it, was every day is different.
Every day is different, and all those things you mentioned are elements of an adventure. And I think as we, whatever we do, as we have that mindset of having fun and adventure, our jobs are fun, and it's fun to see all the different people out there, especially with something so personal as a home and where they're going to live.
I enjoy helping people. I get so much out of helping somebody buy their home. That's a huge transaction in life, probably the largest that you'll have and take on. And so I love being a part of that. I tend to really love buyers. And a lot of people say I'm crazy for that because listings are a lot of people say listings are so much easier. Why would you want to do that? And like I said, I get so much more out of helping people, being along for that adventure, showing them house after house after house, whether it be for a couple of weeks or 6 months. But in the end, you feel like you've really accomplished something by actually helping them make that transaction.
And helping someone with something so important as where they're going to live, where their family's going to live, where the children may go to school, all those things. So you've already said you focus a little bit more on the buyer. What are the other things? What other ways do you approach your real estate profession?
Absolutely. So I have specialized in the inner loop area for most of my career. We are now venturing out west just a little ways. As Anne and Incorvia had mentioned earlier, our city just keeps growing, and there are multiple large cities inside of Houston. And so I think that now you're finding that the 610 loop is no longer just the center of town. I think it's really becoming more of Beltway 8. Beltway 8 is your bigger loop of the inner city. And so I share a development with my colleague, Sabiha, out at Beltway 8 and I-10. And it's just incredible the amount of development that has gone on the north side of I-10 versus the south side, that's been there. The Memorial area has been there, and fabulous homes developed there many years ago. And now we've kind of stretched to the north side, and a ton of new construction has actually gone up on the north side. And so we're super proud to represent a builder who is an amazing builder, Tanglewood Builders. And the name of the community, Sherwood Oak Gardens, is just luxury living at the Beltway as opposed to being in River Oaks or Tanglewood now.
Funny you mentioned it. I was there yesterday briefly, so I'm going to go back and look at it even more because it is so close to our memorial office. I was just scouting around yesterday. You're right. The proximity. So someone decided, let's explore, let's expand that area because of its super, and really, I'll say it twice, super location right there. Beltway 8, north of I-10, is just a gem in the city center, it's called. But right. As Ann said, there are so many centers of our city. Tell us a little bit more about that little pocket, again, north of I-10, west of the Beltway.
Our specific development's going to be 37 homes. Centered around a pond. They're high-end luxury homes, 3 stories, all freestanding. Tanglewood Builders is a custom home builder, so there is just a higher-end elevation that you're going to see in our homes versus some of the others that are in the area. And the finishes and the touches are just very well thought out. As far as the whole development over there, there's probably somewhere between 10 to 15 gated communities now between, say, Gessner, north of I-10, heading west to about Sherwood Forest, which is where we're located. It's amazing. You would have had no idea that, a lot of that was warehouses a long time ago, and now it's homes, and it's convenient living because you're close to city center. There's fantastic schools. The distance to get downtown is approximately 15 minutes, 20 minutes without traffic.
Yeah, no, you're hooked up to what I say. We do have the lie detector hooked up, which you were kind of starting to realize.
Traffic,
yeah, you were
without
realizing
traffic. On a good day, you can get downtown 15, 20 minutes. As opposed, or heading the opposite direction, though, you've got the Energy Corridor, which a lot of the residents that live in the city center and Spring Branch area drive out to the Energy Corridor. So that's right around the corner from us. It's 5 minutes down the road. So it's a great little hub. It's less expensive to live on the north side of I-10 versus the south side, but we're constantly seeing more and more development. And so I think the property value is going to continue to grow and grow over there.
I agree wholeheartedly, and I believe that because I used to have a home pretty much south in Autumn Oaks many years ago. And I want to tell you, because of the school district and the location, I'm going back probably 13, 14 years, I sold it in a snap and made some money on it many years ago. So, yes, that north side has super potential, but not to mention as I'm very familiar, our office at Stewart Title at the city center, town and country, the more I'm there now for a few years, the more things I see that are cropping up in the city center. So many amenities, restaurants. I'm getting hungry just thinking about all those places.
There is fine dining in City Center. I was actually just at Studio Movie Grill last night. $5 Tuesdays. I'll give them a plug.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah. And I live 10 miles away, but it was a quick trip out there. And it's family friendly. You always see events going on at City Center. And as I mentioned before, our location at Sherwood Oak Gardens is only probably 5 minutes from City Center. And because we're on the north side, you're probably looking at somewhere between $300,000 to $500,000 less expensive.
And brand new.
You still get all the amenities.
And about a $5 Uber ride to City Center.
There you go.
As we think about that $5 mark.
Absolutely.
You're exactly right. Now, let's change gears a little bit. Let's go back into the Loop.
Yes.
As you're familiar with that, and you also serve that area. What should a buyer expect if they said to you, okay, I want to move in the Loop, and let's reach into the money bag and pull out $500,000. Can I find anything?
Absolutely.
Or what am I going to find?
And there's actually still new construction that is popping up inside the Loop that is anywhere between of course, it goes up from there. But you can find homes that are between $350,000 to $500,000. They're going to be a little smaller. You might not get the yard that you were hoping for. A lot of these are in communities where they're low maintenance, they're easy living, gated communities. And so you might miss out on having that big backyard, but you've got a lovely home, and that commute is going to save you some sanity because you're a little closer to town.
And you're looking at me funny like you see I've driven a lot today already, right?
We talked about that a little bit,
Not
yes.
much sanity left here, but I'll try.
You can certainly find new construction. You can find some older homes that might need a little bit of touch-ups. You can find it, absolutely.
And Shannon, let's go back just for a second to the Sherwood area that you were talking about. Now, if people want to see that development and the merits of this home builder that you mentioned, what is it open? Do they have an open house all the time? Are you guys there? How does it work?
Yes, sir. We actually have an on-site sales agent that is there basically Monday through Friday from 9 until 6. And on Saturday and Sunday, we're open every weekend from 1 until 4. So we would love for people to stop by. You can find us on MLS. Our homes are on HAR. And so if you want to set up an appointment, all of our information is there on HAR.com, or you can find us through the John Daugherty website, johndaugherty.com, and look up Sherwood Oak Gardens and see all of our contact information there. We'd love to meet you. We have somebody on site, but if you want to meet with the listing agents, then we'd be happy to meet you as well.
And say with the last 30 seconds or so, Shannon, what else would you like people to know?
I would love people to know that we're excited to be here in Houston. It's constantly growing, and it's a fantastic place to live, whether you're inside the Loop, inside the Beltway, or heading out to Fulshire. As Ann mentioned earlier, our agents are here to help you, and I'm most certainly here and excited to help you as well.
Doesn't matter where you live, you're inside one of the Loops. Shannon, how can they reach out? What's your phone number?
My direct line is 713-805-2562. And again, it's 713-805-2562. Or you can always email me at shannonc@johndaugherty.com.
Thank you so much, Shannon. You give her a call at 713-805-2562. We're coming right back. Stay with us. Thank you, Shannon.
Stewart Title has been serving Texas for over 120 years. A Texas treasure, Stewart Title's longevity is a testimony to superior service, innovation, and knowing what their customers want. Recent surveys show that 92% of respondents want secure online tracking tools to help them during the closing process. Stewart Title offers the most robust and secure system to track transactions online available today. To learn more, contact Stewart Title at one of their many offices around the city. Stewart Title. Online at Stewart.com. That's STEWART.com.
And welcome back. Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. And now we get to talk with Sabiha Rehmatulla. She, too, is with John Daugherty Realtors. Sabiha, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us. How are you?
Yeah, doing great. Also, it's so exciting to talk to such top real estate professionals all the time. First of all, I love talking about real estate, and to the A-team, it's even more fun. You're enjoying real estate. Let's tell people how you got started in real estate, Sabiha.
So basically 25 years ago when I got married, I'm actually from India, so I've been here almost 30 years. But 25 years ago, my husband and I were looking for a home, and it was challenging deciding where I would raise my family, school district, and we called John Daugherty.
And this is 25 years ago,
25 years ago. And we had the best experience with one of the agents that actually we had 4 transactions with. We moved 4 times within Memorial. That was very inspirational how she was so educated and did the buying and selling side. So John Daugherty has educated their realtors very well. And of course, she was very passionate about real estate. And that I thought was the best thing to be passionate about. And I loved homes. And I was like, oh my God, I want to do this. And when my kids were in middle school, I got my license. And I've been with John Daugherty 14 years. And it gave me time to be a mother and also a real estate agent.
Unbelievable. That is a great story. The other, and so many components to the story, but the idea of the passion going back 25 years ago that you still remember today, and I would think is part of the passion that you have and share with your clients as you go forth serving buyers and sellers. It's so important. Some things we never forget.
That's true, and it does come with its challenges, with the passion, but it's always growing every day. I learn every single day, 14 years, every client, their needs, how to work with them, and it's just everyday experience that even makes me more passionate about just getting up in the morning and going to work and getting that sale done or getting that listing.
That's right. Now, let's tell people how you approach your real estate world, because I know that we talked about the Sherwood area as well as the other parts of the city. You are serving clients all over. Let's tell people how you go about your real estate profession.
So mostly for me, when I have my meetings with my buyers or sellers, if it's a seller, the location, and to educate them about the area that they're living in, the homes that they're selling, and giving them the market analysis for the recent months, that will be where they'll get an idea of what their house will be valued at. And of course, updating a home, how the home is kept, how to show a property when basically all personalized items to be removed. So a buyer walking in is not focused on the aesthetics, but just the whole home and not getting distracted. For buyers, the same. It's if they have families, the school district is important. Some of them like urban living, so there's a different area where they can walk around the area. Some people like bigger yard, and that's more specific to a different area. So it's just learning your buyer, what their needs are, and my approach is different for every buyer, but it's very much to their needs.
So many components go into it. So I was thinking about the seller as you're talking about getting the home in where it looks good, where it inspires them to picture themselves and their family there. So many components go into it. And it made me think, too, you could have a home that might look great architecturally. You might have it painted with the right floors, and it may be vacant. So there's that balance. If you have that opportunity to have that blank canvas of a home that looks pretty good and it's empty, at what point do you say, well, maybe we want to stage it and put a little bit of furniture? And if so, it has to be just the right kind. Am I right?
That's correct, because a lot of buyers, not all the buyers, don't have the vision and the scale of their furniture. So sometimes when they see a room filled with furniture, they can compare to, oh, I have this bed and it will fit in. It's the same size. Versus having it an empty room and trying to think if my furniture will fit in. But to come to that point, they have to love the house to even understand if their furniture is. So yes, the bones of the house, the colors. I think the heart of the house is the kitchen, which is the most attractive feature that they have to love. That's where their family hangs out. But that's where they have all their friends come in and hang out with them. So I think it's both. Sometimes it works when it's empty, and sometimes it works when it has been staged.
Indeed. In fact, I think it's through the years since the dawn of man that the kitchen is the center.
It's at the heart of the house. So we even in what Shannon was saying, Sherwood Oaks, we have spent with the builder a lot of time designing the kitchen to be where it keeps everybody together over there.
And as I was mentioning before we got on the air, as I drove there yesterday, I saw one of your signs there, and I said, hey, I'm going to meet Sabiha tomorrow. So there you are. You already have signs up there. And right now, that development, how's it going there, and how many units do they have, by the way?
So we have 37 units. We are going to do it into 3 phases. Our first phase, we are sold out except where our model is right now, and we need to keep that. And our second phase is on its way. It should be ready very soon. I would say about 6 weeks. We're very excited about our second phase because we've been very successful with our.
And let's tell people again, the name of that development is called
Sherwood Oak Gardens.
So that sounds great. Also, what are some of the other trends that you're seeing out there, or some of the other parts of town that you're working in right now that you want people to know about?
I just think that the trend is lock and leave, less maintenance, away from the bayou after Harvey has happened. People are thinking a lot about areas that did not flood. Trend-wise, homes are more modern and more clean lines. We're seeing that a lot. People have an easier time to furnish them, and updated homes also. Some people want old homes that are redone and have the old world and the new world. So it's kind of a mix of trends that fit a personal need.
And let's also, you mentioned you're from Bombay, India, and many people, including me, I've done a lot of traveling in my life, but have not been to India yet. Let's tell people a little bit about the contrast in life from there to here.
So, very important. There's not that many green spaces. It's a very small city. It's like New York, very busy. It has more high rises. It's a rising city versus because of the land. You have more high rises than homes. It is overpopulated, but it is amazing.
So it sounds exciting, and pictures of vertical spaces, and a lot of people come to mind. And Bombay, it's one of the most well-known cities in all of India.
Yes, and a very high real estate over there.
What's different about the real estate world, say, in India than here in Houston?
I think a lot of them have that old British 99-year lease system over there. And the trend is changing now, and whether people are owning their homes. And the system of the 99-year lease, you can sell your home, and you basically are selling the lease to the value of the home value, but it's still called the lease system.
And in your everyday real estate world, do you serve people that come from other states, other countries? Is that common for you?
States, yes. Actually, few from London I have seen, but I see usually Houstonians changing hands with their homes. I think percentage-wise, I have seen is buyers either moving from a home to a bigger, better, greater home, or downsizing because their kids have gone. And that does not mean they're going into just a smaller home. Their lifestyle has changed, so they may end up getting a bigger because they're entertaining more, they're holding more philanthropy stuff. So, yes, I see more Houstonians buying Houston homes.
And the other thing, as we mentioned earlier, is that sometimes we see the Houstonians have a second home, and that second home doesn't need to be in Brenham or somewhere far away. They could have the city home, the home in Fulshire, Conroe, or whatever. Do you see a lot of that?
Yes, we do see Houstonians having their city home and then a ranch-style home close by. The distance is less to Brenham or Sealy or Fulshire, so they get to enjoy the life living in the city and also in the suburban area.
Sounds good to me. Sabiha, say with the last 30 seconds or so, what else would you like people to know?
I would like people to definitely come by Sherwood Oak Gardens and take a look at it. It's built by Tanglewood Builders. He's a custom home builder, covers River Oaks, Memorial, Tanglewood, Westview. We have a lock and leave, luxury living over there. It's very close to city center. A lot of medical doctors have moved in there. We have Methodist, we have Texas Children, we have MD Anderson. we do hear about a lot of doctors wanting to live closer on the west side because they have been doing rounds or their offices are there. Energy sector is there. School district is great where we are. So definitely come by, visit Sherwood Oak Gardens, take a look. If you have any questions, call Shannon, myself, or we can come and meet you there.
Let's tell people how they can reach out to you.
My cell phone number is 713-628-6853, and my email is sabihar@johndaugherty.com.
Give Sabiha a call at 713-628-6853. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And we're coming right back. Stay with us. Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title.
Most people don't know that Stewart offers business, home, and auto insurance. In fact, Stewart Insurance and Risk Management has been doing that and more for over 10 years. And they partner with many leading insurance companies to offer great rates. They're a national insurance agency operating in all 50 states, delivering a broad range of insurance products. Whether you need a home insurance quote for a client's home closing or your own insurance needs, you can count on them. Call 866-845-4676. That's 866-845-4676. Stewart Insurance and Risk Management is here to help.
And we're with Michelle Steffen with Stewart Insurance and Risk Management. Hello, Michelle.
Hey, Bill. How's it going?
It's going great. When we think about insurance, there are so many insurance companies. I mean, competition is out there for all of us in any walk of life. But when we think about insurance, home, auto, all those insurance needs that people have, what are some of the distinctions when people work with Stewart Insurance and Risk Management?
That's a great question. You know, there's so many positive things that a customer can experience working with us. First of all of our insurance agents are licensed. You know, they go through extensive training to obtain that license. But that's just the beginning. Once they get licensed, then they go through a comprehensive training program that we've developed meant to help them communicate with a customer about the things that are important. So we've talked at length before about how complex insurance can be, and our goal is ultimately to simplify it, put it into terms that everybody can understand, and then help people to be confident in the decisions that they make about their coverage. So we've remodeled the status quo for our own people, and we train them, we encourage them, we encourage growth and professionalism, and our goal is that every time they communicate with our team, regardless of who it is, from the top to the bottom, that they get that same feel. We want them to feel like they hugged us through the phone. And I mean that with all my heart.
In fact, the people with your company and people that are on your team, it's almost like they're interpreters. They're interpreting the language of insurance
No doubt.
to those that need it and helping them find the right blend of insurance for them.
Absolutely. And Bill, I have immense respect for those people who have written and underwritten policy forms, but it is absolutely legalese. It is written by attorneys, and it's often very complex. So we simplify that. We make it easy to understand, and we constantly empower our customers as they come to us. We want them to know, first of all, what we can be for them as advocates through the process of purchasing insurance, and then also at claim time. And we empower them to make those decisions through education. It's important that every moment we have with a customer, that they're taking from us value, not just in the policy that they have, but the relationship and the experience.
Indeed, you are making the complex simple for the person that needs the insurance, and that's so important. In addition, you're also raising the customer experience as far as customer service goes, because one of the things that I love when you call Stewart Insurance and Risk Management, you could talk to someone with not a problem.
Absolutely. Again, we don't have the call prompts. When you call, you get somebody live on the phone, and you're going to have somebody that can help you through whatever it is that you're going through, whether it's a need for new insurance quotes or whether you're working on renewing your policies with us or just average policy changes when you buy a vehicle. You're going to work with somebody who cares about you, who's confident, and can help you to be confident as you go through that process. And I like to say this, and I say it confidently, that nobody else is out there doing what we do with our customers, and I'm proud of that. So we continue to build that environment, and customers are going to enjoy every experience they have with us.
Very nice. Making the complex simple. Michelle, let's tell them how they can reach out.
Sure, you can reach us at 866-845-4676. And again, that's 866-845-4676.
I'm going to call right now. Thanks, Michelle.
Please do. Thanks, Bill.
And welcome back. Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. I'm your host, Bill Nampick. And now from Stewart Title, we have the one and only Christina Sacco. She is a business development officer with Stewart Title. Hey, Christina, welcome to the show.
Hey, Bill, it's great to be back.
You know a little bit about all the areas of Houston, especially the Uptown, Post Oak, City Center, Town and Country.
Yes, there's so much happening within this city. You can't go anywhere and not see a crane or, like Ann was saying, vertical living. It's an exciting time for Houston. The landscape is changing, and there's so many different opportunities on the horizon for us, especially with Stewart Title.
No question about it. And let's tell people that you are now working with two of the Stewart offices developing business.
I am. So I currently joined the Post Oak, the Fine Properties location, as well as our Town and Country Memorial office. So it's exciting, and it's such a vast landscape also. There's so much going on within the Post Oak and inside the Loop. As well as the Memorial Town and Country area. And even in the energy corridor, we're expanding out that way with so many people moving out that way.
So many hot spots in this city. It's incredible. And you're in both of them, or at least two of them.
I know. I'm so excited to be a part of both of those locations.
Indeed. We have great closing experiences at all our offices around Stewart. And, of course, by the way, we have about 30 offices in the Houston area, but we are an international company, and we are all over the United States, traded on the New York Stock Exchange. Yes, the symbol is STC. But meanwhile, back to Houston. Christina, let's tell people if they want to have a great closing experience, either at the City Center, Town and Country, or the Post Oak Fine Properties areas, what should they do?
Yes. Well, please reach out to me, Nancy Baker-Jones. She's a wealth of knowledge. She makes closings super easy, efficient, and she has a great understanding of what the buyers and sellers' needs are. She's located in our Town and Country Memorial City office. And then there's Parker. Parker Witt has got an incredible team he's built over at Fine Properties. Lots of great closers there, and they are just a wealth of knowledge as well.
No doubt about it. And you mentioned earlier that you have an event that you'd like people to know about. And at all our Stewart offices, wherever they're at, there's always business development people having things to help realtors and others. So what's going on in your area?
Well, I'm super excited about this opportunity. Super excited. On June 20th, it's for realtors who specialize in the Memorial Post Oak area. It's a flooded class. And basically preparation for the hurricane season with Frank Billingsley and Mike Brubaker, who's going to talk about appraisals in a post-Harvey world. And it's Don't Get Rocked by a Hurricane is what the topic's going to cover. And it's going to be a little panel discussion with Q&A. So if you'd like more information, please reach out to me. We'd love for you to be there.
Excellent. And how can people reach you?
Best way is on my cell phone, 713-325-1748. And you can email me. It's Christina.Sacco@Stewart.com.
Excellent. Thank you, Christina. And now back to the show is Ann Incorvia, Executive Vice President of John Daugherty Realtors. Ann, welcome back.
Thank you for having us back. You know, I've been sitting here thinking, and I would really like all the viewers to realize one thing about Houston that people don't realize is that our Houston housing cost is 27% lower than other housing
So for
markets.
people out of state, you get a double bonus. Let's say you don't get state income tax, so that's a nice thing, and you get more affordable housing from what you're saying.
Yes, 27% lower. Houston.
That's a big number.
That is, and that is why we're always been in the top 10 cities of relocation.
That's
nationally.
why they're on their way, aren't they?
Yes, and that is why John Daugherty Realtors, we always are looking at these numbers to make sure that we are educating our agents to be aware of what's going on nationally, to be aware educationally wise, to be prepared for the buyers that are coming into the city. Because we have always been, like I said, in the top 10 nationally for relocating. And again, right now, we're number 2 nationally in top 10 for being a top city for relocation.
That's fascinating. And even going back to what Sabiha said, even 25 years ago, she found John Daugherty coming from Bombay, India.
Yes.
Unbelievable. What other things do you see, Ann, as we close out the show here that you want people to know about with John Daugherty? What's coming down the road?
For John Daugherty Realtors, we really are we are seeing what consumers want is instant. They want agents to be responding to their needs. The internet, we are seeing technology is very important to the consumer today. They want quick responses, and the agents are aware of that. So they are responding quickly. Mobile is very, very important. Everything is being seen mobilely now, and so we are making sure that all of our information is available to our consumer quickly, and our response time for our agents is quick to the consumer. And technology is very important. So we're making sure that the tools that we have available to the consumer and for our agents are available to everyone.
And I want to take this opportunity. You guys are so great. I've always enjoyed visiting your office, but I also enjoyed John Daugherty and Sherry family. They're just nice people and real estate pros.
They are. It's a family. I will say, John Daugherty Realtors, John is like the father of us all. He started this company 51 years ago. He continues to be in the business, is there every day for all of us, and Sherry is an excellent president and is there to help everyone grow and to make sure she is there to help everyone, whether she goes on a listing appointment with everyone, to make sure that they know that she is there to help foster them, to keep them on the know, and to help them with their buyers and sellers.
Very nice. And now, Shannon. Shannon, what else would you like people to know as we wind up this show?
Well, I think Ann just touched on a great point, is how we are family, are working for John Daugherty. I wouldn't have it any other way. It's a fantastic company to work for. If you're looking to sell your home, we've got fantastic marketing. Obviously, our sign in your front yard is well known because we've been around for over 50 years. And so I just cannot say enough great things about the team that we have working at John Daugherty. And then, of course, I'd love to give another quick plug about Sherwood Oak Gardens.
This sounds like quite a place. I mean, really, as I said, I drove by it, but I'm going to go by it this time and go inside.
Absolutely. We would love to have you. Send any of the buyers that know that are looking in that area near the Beltway and I-10, and we'd love to visit with them.
And not only that, being in that area, you could, if you go west and get on that 99, that's another hidden gem as far as accessibility to north and south. So a lot of things you find once you start exploring that area. Let's tell people how they can reach out to you, Shannon.
So my cell phone is 713-805-2562, or you can email me at shannonc@johndaugherty.com.
Thank you so much. Now, Sabiha Rehmatulla. Sabiha, welcome back.
Thank you for having us.
And what else should we know, Sabiha, about what's going on?
Like we said, John Daugherty is a family. We're very happy to be there. It's a very service-oriented company. Please come to Sherwood. We can help you with everything that we can within the community. We'll be able to show you the houses and talk to you about the area. And we'd like for Sherwood Oak Garden to be visited by all the listeners at the radio show.
Again, a super location, so close to everything. And I'm thinking the other idea about the idea things need to be ready. So people that are getting ready to sell their home, hey, go ahead and get it updated, get it cleaned up, get it painted, talk to someone at John Daugherty, and then you're going to be ready, because it sounds like you're saying, lock and leave. You got people want it ready to go.
Yeah, and they want something that they feel secure for sure. They want to lock and leave. And very friendly neighbors, too. So
and how can people reach you once again?
713-628-6853.
Very nice. Sabiha Rehmatulla, thank you so much for being on the show. And thank you all for listening to Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. And again, John, Sherry, if you're listening, thank you for listening. And what a great team you have. Stay with us next week, Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. But don't be sad that the show's ending at the time of broadcast, because it never really ends. You can always go to stewart.com/Houston. That's right, stewart.com/Houston to hear any of the shows at any time, anywhere in the world. No matter what, stewart.com/Houston. Bill Nampick here, Real Estate Matters with Stewart Title. We'll see you next week, and thank you for listening. Stewart.com/Houston. Stewart.com/Houston.